what happens is a lot of these people meet people through the dating sites or whatever other means, and within hours they're having sex, right? Because the sex stores have been, or the sexual supply has been depleted. So now they're at a level where they want as much of it as they can get. I have heard women say, I want as much penis as I can get, which is a horrible thing to say. It's not very feminine, is it? But it's something that, a trap that the devil likes women and men to fall into. Sexual addiction. It's called sexual addiction. And of course, sexual addiction comes with all its complications and problems. You will not do that. There's the dog, the daughter's dog. She's a detective. I walk it for her. Comes with its complications, triangulation, heartbreak, diseases, and all sorts of mental health issues when people are abandoned and left wondering what happened to me, what has this person done to me, and where have they gone, why are they with somebody else. This can cause people to harm others, and they will. Through their desperation, they want to have their partner back, but they're not going to get them back because they were used. This possibly is you. And you're ruminating on that person. Your mind will not let that person go. Your mind is driving you around the bend. You're not getting any rest. You're not getting any peace. Your mind's working at 100 miles an hour trying to work out what happened, what could you have done different, why did this work out the way it did. Everything seemed to be all right, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. This is how this works. This is how the degenerative, sinful nature of man ruins people. All of a sudden you're standing there feeling violated, molested to some degree at an adult level, but you allowed it, you opened your doorway up. That person may not have been one to try and ask what's wrong or what's happening or how has this ended up the way that it has. All these things that can happen at your expense. And you're brokenhearted, you're getting counseling. The counselor is just watching you tap the card and saying whatever you want to hear. You're really not satisfied with what they're telling you. The fact of the matter is you've been duped, used for sex and some company, and now they've found someone better. I'm sorry to say that. Yes, someone better than, they appear to feel better than you, even though they're a drug addict and a drinker. Somebody that even the devil wouldn't be with. And you are confused. Well, that's how these things work. That's how demons, demonology, demon possession, the carnal nature, the sinful nature, and narcissism, and all this other, however you want to describe it, let's just call it the sinful nature. That's how it works. It works to micro-incrementally destroy you, or if it can fast track, it will. The more vulnerable you make yourself to somebody in the sexual realm, the faster you rush into it, the more consequences you are opening up yourself to have. And that's all there is to it. You will suffer the consequences of these kind of negligences in pursuit of pleasure for yourself. And it can be rapid. You could be on your own 1 minute, and the next minute you are at the mercy of somebody that's come into your life and has appeared to be right and interested in you and doing all the right things, and then all of a sudden that person has failed you, betrayed you, is with somebody else, or has just gone missing. You don't know the half of the story, and now you're broken. You feel like your hair's on fire. You've stubbed your toe or something and it just won't get better. You're down at the doctor's with headaches, migraines. You've got short-term memory loss, and everything that you've let go in your life that should have been in order all of a sudden is jumping out at you and saying to you, look what you've done to yourself. Look what you've done to yourself. And that's confronting, isn't it? That's confronting, because now the only person to blame, and you've been used to blaming everybody else, is you. Life's put you in a corner now where you have to look under the carpet. You've swept too much under the carpet. Look into the closet. You've shoved things into the closet. The doors are broken off. The hinges are broken off the closet. And you're left facing your mess that you made, not only for yourself, but for everybody else. And your conscience now has, just for a minute, kicked in. The demons have fled. They've pushed you over the cliff, and you've landed at the bottom of the spiritual cliff like a glass and just shattered everywhere. Bits and pieces everywhere, mental bits and pieces everywhere. And you're shattered. And the only person that you have to blame is yourself. They were your decisions. You allowed these things to happen. You did get your element of pleasure out of all of this. That's what was leading you. The lusts of sin and desire. The Bible describes that. That's how the sinful nature deceives you and misleads you, through the lusts of deceit. Ephesians chapter 2 or chapter 4. You look it up yourself. The lusts of deceits, the passions and desires of the sinful nature. Oh, you loved all that, but the consequences of that wasn't something that you planned for. And now you're on the end of it all. The whole time this was happening, you knew you were working against your conscience. You knew you were working against and living a lifestyle, making choices that weren't best for you. You knew that, but the pleasure you were getting from violating yourself, yes, you violated yourself. It's easily to blame somebody else, but you were in it. You were an accessory to the fact. And this is what a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to accept the responsibility and accountability that they have to take for abusing themselves. Too busy blaming everybody else. And that's not going to help anything. You're now in the boxing ring in your corner, and your conscience is coaching you and telling you that you're responsible to win this fight. You're responsible to turn this around. It's up to you to make your life work. You've made the wrong choices, and now it's time for you to fight your way out of this excuse me, viewers, and turn it around. And you can do that by micro-incrementally separating yourself strategically from the things that are harming you, and waking up to the mind that's misleading you and misguiding you in a way in which your decisions are destroying you mentally, at least mentally. Cutting off people that are assisting that and encouraging that, and turning your life around in such a way as you're starting anew and afresh and never going back to the things that you escaped from ever again.